it's about consistency. For All-Stars, we mentioned a pistol round, of course, is the perfect start, but it's the consistency when the full buys come out. That's when they're really going to be tested, because Blue Jays, they don't mess around.
Yeah, I want to see how they go about defending ramp for All-Stars, though. I think that's really going to sell who can or can't do it in this series. Obviously, you'll still have to see the T side of All-Stars do something, even if they do shut down that ramp control. But I feel like if you're Blue Jays, that's the first place you're going to try to punish, to see what All-Star Gaming wants to do with that point of the map.
Yeah, no, spot on. It's the perfect place to get a bit of control, and already, a little bit of information gain. T side, going aggressive, in fact.
They do not want to stop for anybody. I said out of the gate, Blue Jays, they were going to see what they could do, and I kind of like the default they've got going on. I think there's still a smoke to bounce around towards the elevator angle. A couple of the rotations been pulled. In fact, 3 of them, as they are ready to defend this A bomb site. Lives on the line. Flashes come up, and so to the T side of Blue Jays. So far, nobody falling. Pretty perfect thus far. A couple of bullets being taken through that smoke, and no, I don't like this. Maybe I do. Flash comes in to assist them, but coming in, I'm actually surprised to see Shot for PC pick up the opening kill, as Blue Jays have the bomb down in a 4v5 retake.
Yeah, and look at them holding it. Look at this crossfire as well. Finding one, bomb defused, using All-Stars find it. And despite Blue Jays getting that bomb planted, getting the post plant in their eyes set up, it's not good enough. They can tap it from range, hide around the corner, and the defuse comes forward. That's a rookie mistake by Blue Jays. They've given away what should have been a free round by just unawareness that essentially they could have pulled out defuse. Nice control, and one by one, Blue Jays fell.
Yeah, the number one thing you have to do with that A site when the smoke is down, you have to watch for the push. Sure, you've only got one side that's smoked off, but if you're All-Stars, I mean, that's an avenue for you to potentially catch them off guard. You know they're not going to be holding that avenue. You know they can't see it, so you got to be wary of that one. All-Stars, though, maybe not the most favorable vibe in the round. So far, it works out well. Assam's been able to pick up one, but we're still traded out in an even-Steven scenario. Now Blue Jays control of middle, so they can just opt to slow this one down.
They don't need to do anything too overzealous. You know, for All-Stars, it's a pretty confident buy for them, but already being tested. Back to the 4 versus 4. The T-side taking the full brunt of the damage, and well, All-Stars don't need to do anything. They can just wait for the mistakes to come forward.
It looks like we're grouping up for a B hit. Not too much util. In fact, I don't think there's any to go around for Blue Jays. Everything was invested into the rifles in this one, so that doesn't pan out. You got to be slapping yourself in the face for, you know, not going with the util. Not even a flash, maybe? Okay, I do see a Molotov. It's a bit of a wonky position, and with MHM spotted out on the bomb site, these get a little difficult, but he's just going to swing out on the MP9 and find them both. The SMG takes names, looking for a third. Estrella, he's ready for it, but there's just nothing he could do to respond. AK's gone too far, maybe not. That's a big recovery. 3 staying alive for the CT side, and now you can start to farm some cash on the anti-eco.
That's a big round to find as well, because of course, for Blue Jays, off the back of a bomb plant, they can pick up a full buy, or a relatively full buy. You know, Glill's coming through, upgraded rifle to say the least, and well, the fact that MHN is able to get away with murder here, finding 3 in total, that's a dropped round again for Blue Jays, where they just looked a bit lost.
Yeah, they didn't really know what to do going up to that site take. I really think that comes down to just not having any flashes or anything to assist you.
Yeah, no, spot on. No utility, lost, and just like that, All-Stars get away with a second. Of course, they found an opening kill already. The low buy for Blue Jays, you don't expect too much here. The priority is getting a bomb on.
Yeah, but if you're All-Stars, it's about making sure nobody falls. The CT economy, it's not that great, so keeping everybody alive would be huge, but that's an even bigger kill for Blue Jays to find, because now a little bit of a potential leeway up to that bomb site. No, it didn't spot out another player sitting towards the side hall. Still another kill comes in by that SMG Libero, traded out by the Molly, and you know, again, 3 players staying alive. It's not the worst, not the greatest. Still a third on the board, though.
Yeah, comfortable round. A little bit expensive on the T side, but when it comes down to it, not too problematic. When you think the CT side, they've got a pretty decent long-term economy starting to be built up, and in this sort of crucial stage of the CEE Champions, where, you know, you're one win away, essentially, from making the playoffs. This is a brilliant start from All-Stars. But now here's the real test. Blue Jays full buy coming out. Styles pick up the AWP. This is where they're going to be hard done by to find this consistency.
Yeah, this is we're about to find out if All-Stars are actually going to contest for this game, or if Blue Jays are going to finally put a little bit of an end to the chaos that started at this game. White, he's lucky to walk away alive with that one. That's usually not something you stay alive after. After that engagement's taken by the Offers, you're seeing somebody fall. So it's good that they're able to stay alive, but Blue Jays, full control of the A ramp, and I don't think they're going to stop with that. Bomb's still all the way down, not far away, somewhat close to be recoverable, but still at a point where they can just flip off and go to that rotation to B, but it will be an A take at the end.
Very slow as well, the tempo here for Blue Jays. I think they're starting to realize they do actually have to play things with somewhat of a plan. They seem to be blindly rushing at times, just backing off the back essentially of their aim, right? You know, they know they're arguably seen as the better players in the server, but so far not so good. 3-0 down, and they actually realize, hang on a second, they may have underestimated their opponents.
Yeah, that can be something that kills you right there. Just assuming that you're going to be taking the series, assuming you could get away with everything. And allStars, they have done really well to make sure Blue Jays are put in their place, at least for the start of this game. It looks like now they are going to flip-flop for that B finish. MHN1 going to be tested at the back of the bomb site, just trying to isolate these 1v1s. He's weary of 8 kits boost, and his prediction should come out right. Oh, falls. That's a big kill for him to find on the B site take, but rotations are going to be a little idle. One man there at the generator just trying to find a couple of kills, but with 8 kit picking one up, it's looking grim for the Molly to stop that bomb plant from coming in the time. It's not really in their favor, though they should be able to find a safe avenue to punch in the numbers. We're back to a 3v3 as the ops traded went out for this B site retake. I don't think there's any utility to go around. It's gonna have to come down to the raw aim duels, and so far we're still dead even. White, though, all of a sudden left in a 1v2. They're playing this fairly decently. Nobody gonna completely overextend, and he realizes he can't go for this one. You gotta give it up to the Blue Jays, and they've finally been able to knock him off their high horse to get on the board.
Yeah, it's a much better post plan as well. Blue Jays, they've been very, very passive in their post plans, but that time they take a bit of control off the back of it. Bomb down, get the aggression coming forward, and try to catch allStars in that rotation. Hence why, well, the CT side, and well, in particular, White, forced to just fall away. The open expensive investment would be able to buy in again with, you know, the money in SXE, but it's not worth it. Just keep out of the orb. Play for, essentially, the 4th round coming up next. You know, for them, they didn't need to do anything too exciting. The second as well that they lost control of that site, and Blue Jays had that sort of post bar set up, the strong call to save was made, and just like that, first round on the board. Now for Blue Jays, the question is, can they find consecutive rounds? Can they find that momentum that we know they're very good at controlling?
I think this is going to come down to where White plays with that recovered AWP. Sure, obviously it's a full gun run, not like anybody's really lacking in firepower, but you want to make sure this op can get its name in the server to find the opening pick and give himself a lot of time to rotate accordingly to what's happening. So far, Blue Jays continue this very passive play style of not taking quick map control, of just waiting to see what allStars do. And, I mean, they've caught onto this very quickly of just, let's spot the A ramp, let's spot everything, make sure we know of somewhat what they're doing. And that's, again, kind of integral to the success of CT side Vertigo. How it usually works is, I'll digress for a second because 8kit's just found 2 at B to probably open up the bomb site. But how the CT side of Vertigo likes to work is there's 3 avenues, right? There's 3 avenues that T's can attack, and it's kind of default to either have to put somebody there or obviously leave it open. And with how T-sided A ramp is, or at least people consider it to be, you're having like 3 players go up at that avenue almost every round, if not playing back. So you're usually looking at like a 3-1-1 or a 3-0-2, like 2 towards B, 3 towards A. And when you start to catch on to where you can and can't flank, it just becomes so much more impactful for you as a CT.
100%. Talking about flanks. Man, look at AK. Oh, FNK. He had a decent idea there. SXE will wait for timing and be able to find a bit of damage, but just like that, the orb's going to fall away. Styles lucky to still be alive. 2 versus 5, and again, we may even see an early call to say that they can't find an opening kill.
I don't know if there's a point to save. You just kind of stretch away your economy at that point. Well, you don't, but still, maybe see what you can get done with this A1S. Not the biggest of saves, considering you're probably not going to win a round off the back of it. Spotting out 2 players on a bomb site. Takes one with him. Little buffed A1S is going to do some damage. Make Blue Jays start to respect it a little more and cause them to wait for that flank of Casanito. And yeah, Blue Jays, now I'm starting to see more of the stock standard stuff.
Yeah. This is it's what we expected, right? Very good at finding control, and it's similar to what we saw in that previous run. The second they get that post-barn set up, they aggressively look for those kills. Now that's the smart way to play it. Against allStars, you can't give them room to work with because they'll really punish you for it. Now deficit down to only 1 round, and unfortunately for allStars, broken economy. Just the pistols to come into this one, and potential and probably probability for Blue Jays to find a third and tie this game up.
Oh man, picks are just coming in across the board one by one. The CTs come swinging in, but there's just nothing to be found. A Deagle and a 5-7 is all that remains across the CT side, and unless you count the USP of FNK, which I certainly don't. Maybe they get one on the boost. It's an angle that they haven't played yet, and it's usually good for maybe 1 or 2 cheeky kills in the game. Get yourself a nice little frag. So I don't necessarily like it being brought out now, because now you sell the gambit on your eco. Going into the rifles, it'll be a hard clear. Never mind. Cleared anyway. Why not? Castanito, I'll do it.
He's quite confident as well, that peak. He knows they're coming against pistols, so they aggressively look for those kills. But he needs to be careful about not giving away weapons. But I say this to Castanito. So crisp.
Yeah, dude, there's nothing All-Star Gaming can do in this round. Okay. As I say that,
right.
they bring one back. But it's kind of futile. Jump off, jump off. Oh, coward.
I'd rather make a mistake than go down. 1 versus 4, though, and again for Sound, just for him, maybe about making things expensive. He could have go pick himself that weapon over towards sandbags, but I think he's actually going to wait. He's waiting for the rotation to come through, and we read in perfectly. Blue Jays tied this game up 3 rounds apiece with 4 remaining players. Our long-term economy started to look oh so fruitful for the T side. They're on a decent run of form here. 3 consecutive rounds, finding that momentum that they're so good at controlling, and All-Stars in quite the tough predicament.
I'll still wait a second, right? This is Blue Jays at where we expect the Blue Jays to be at, but All-Stars, it's not like they don't have a buy coming in. Full M4s, good bit of utility. It's just now about trying to get a little bit of map control to start off with, because they have been lackluster in the category, and Danny, well, kind of sums up how this game's been going in the later states of this half. Danny, he just eliminates a player in middle looking for more. They're just going to continue the charge. They know B is weak. They know there's still a player here, so they've all got their guns pulled out. They know what's going to happen, and yeah, this is starting to get a little ugly for the All-Stars.
It's not looking good, is it? They're being completely outplayed now, and we said the real test comes in when the full buys come out, and this is exactly what we're seeing. All-Stars, fantastic start off the back of a pistol. The 4 spies are expected to go their way, and they do. Pick up 3 consecutive rounds, brilliant. But then the meta plays what the meta does. They find a full buy, and Blue Jays run away with it. 4th round to be collected. And for the first time, we're now seeing Blue Jays take a lead, and the way things are panning out, they could run away with this big time.
Yeah, All-Stars have to do something about that mid-aggression. Blue Jays, even if they haven't gone super aggressive in that regard, every single round they've had somebody there, whether it be playing passive and generator, pushing up to try to find an opening kill, working map control, or taking contact. Like, All-Stars have not been successful in the field. I don't think they were on pistol. No, never mind. Pistol was A. I can't remember why I thought pistol went mid, but anytime Blue Jays went mid, they at least find a kill, if not more than just one. So it has to be in the back of All-Stars' mind that we have to counter this. We have to make sure Blue Jays aren't getting this free map control because they find one kill then just overwhelm our B players.
Yeah, 100%. And I think for All-Stars, a way I'd like to see them counter it is a bit of CT aggression on their part. Of course, maybe not this round. The buy isn't kind of feasible to allow that. The double M4 when supported by pistols is not really what you want coming through. So maybe a bit more passivity in this sort of round. But overall, you'd want a nice full buy. Go aggressive. Try and actively find the information. This is maybe to a degree what we're seeing. Kickstand needs to be careful.
Uh-oh. Sexy. He's just phasing the smoke, trying to see if he can catch a player off the rip, looking the wrong way. And he's to your right, my friend. If you turn and look to 51, this would be a free kill. But it still potentially could be. Molly's come flying up, and the T side has no idea of what's about to hit them. And even, you can see the Opera of Pero. He was about to go waltzing in, no cares given. But Straya, he's the one that really sells it in for the Blue Jays T side. And yeah, we come into this knowing the outcome, but it's still a little upsetting to see it get run over this badly. It's all up to White with the M4A1S and a dream, and I don't even know if he gives this one a consideration. 1600, sure, you're buying in the next round, but you can make it a little better. You could probably bring an AWP. I mean, he is the AWPer, and the dink comes in, but not the kill. Oh, man, Blue Jays. It's easy at this point.
It is, isn't it? I mean, it's literally just such simple CSGO. Very simple, but executed perfectly. And I think the biggest thing there for Blue Jays, of course, was that they did it flawlessly. All 5 staying alive. And we spoke about how important long-term economy is, sort of momentum going forward. Well, look at them. Maybe the majority of them are sitting on over 10k. So money is never going to be an issue. It's never going to be one of those consistent things that plays in the back of your mind. You have to think about, well, maybe do I save it? Do I force? Etc, etc. It's not going to be an issue at all. And again, All-Stars back to square one. They're stuck in this brutal cycle where they fall by in, lose the round, back to double eco, and rinse and repeat. It's all right. Mini lucky to be alive there.
They're going to do this boost again. I think Blue Jays catch on to it this time. You could see MHN1 playing specifically for this to come, and this is not the play. He's getting close danger. Thankfully, nobody's peeked up off the timing. He's going to peek in, and on 9 HP, he'll be able to find the frag. Good stuff from the allStars team. And now they force Blue Jays to back away. Down to 11 HP goes Styly's AWP and health. It has certainly been tacked away from this T side. I mean, there's 3 players with 50 HP or less. The only man who has full health, what he walked into this round with, is Casanito, and he's even slowing it down considering, hey, do we really want to do this? The stack is here. They know what's up. They're just going to try it anyway.
Yeah, already quite good start, but Casanito will answer back with 1 at the very least. 3 versus 2, but the low HP of Stars could be the big issue.
There he goes, man. It's all up to him. The 1v3 AWP. If there's any weapon you'd want in the clutch, it's this one, but how the CTs are playing, I really don't think there's a chance for this to come in, and yeah, Blue Jays just look to concede it. Bomb now recovered. Maybe he gives the Avenue of A little bit of a go, but, I mean, you can even see Sexy, he's just pushing up to ensure that even if he does come to A, they see it coming. Get a player on the sandbags, take a little bit of a defensive angle, play it safe. And Stylies, yeah, he realizes there's just no point. Save your op. Maybe the money's not bad, but you gotta think. 2, 3 buys in, your money's looking weak if you don't get a bomb plant. And you may be like, okay, should have saved this off.
No, that is exactly that. You know, the money isn't bad at all. You know, 12.1k, I'd say you're doing all right. Not too poor in this regards, but yeah, there's no point, right? 1 versus 3, 11 points of HP. You're never going to be able to pull it off. So, 5 versus 4. Allstars finally find something in their favor. And I think the biggest thing was off the back of these opening kills going their way. They went for the CT aggression that I spoke about, and they found the information. And then, 1 by 1, just won their aim. That opening kill, taking that man advantage. They left them, all they had to do was play for the trade game. That's what they did. Simple CSGO. It's quite a simple tactic, but it works.
Well, this one worked, though. It looked like Blue Jays again wanted to do some fast-paced B aggression, and now they're just not even respecting the smoke. They know what's up. The only time that allStars actually tried to punish after throwing this B ramp smoke, they died. Both of them fell to the hands of, I believe it was AidKit sitting around it, so he's going to understand it, and this time go straight through. Boost not going to come in. Beautiful molly from allStars, but as util gets thrown back and forth, it looks like Blue Jays could be favored in that department. It's starting to fade away from the belts of allStars, and Blue Jays still seem to have a little bit of favoritism towards this B bomb site. I mean, they've punished both of them well, but you could clearly see they're trying to abuse a hole in this defense that's just non-existent. FNK, again off of the flashbang, is going to find an opener for the CT side.
And now, of course, already allStars starting to run away. We spoke about the aggression coming through on the CT side, but to find, well, already 2 kills. He was looking good, but I say this, AK onto the 2 himself. With FNK falling, this site's completely vulnerable.
You can't let AidKit do things like this, man. It can really get away from you. This was a 5 versus 3 Neokai that just goes untraded as AidKit walks up to the B bomb site. And now we're looking at another retake scenario, which so far they haven't been good for allStars. 1 man from the B stepped and the remainder from CT spawn. Trying to lead the way as the AWP in white. Maybe find an opening pick, catch him off guard, but there's the opening pick not going their way. Cassidy knows good stuff from him, and around the generator plays AidKit, but he just can't find the kills. And Blue Jays, that's not their round. That can't be their round. allStars, give it to them.
That's a choke from allStars. They were in a 5 versus 3 situation. All they had to do, we spoke about it, is play for the trades. Simple, passive CSGO is all they need on the CT side. But again, they overextend. And AidKit punishes, finds double on the site, exposes the B bomb site, and then the second they get that bomb down, they run away with it. And the fact that AidKit was able to find those openings too, and then to add to it, it's just showing how, well, things have fallen away for them. Not brilliant played, and allStars back to square one with a low buy, and Danny delivers already.
Oh, man, if that kill doesn't come in, if they play it slow, do Blue Jays consider walking up the B steps? You could see the op wanted to walk a pick behind AidKit. And, I mean, it really could have come in for allStars. We see, I think it's many pushed up with the Desert Eagle. It could have been a free kill, but now that they found an avenue to expose in middle, looks like they've changed their plans. The playbook has been rewritten to an A take, it seems, as AidKit's going to soon rotate in. All 5 for Blue Jays stacking up. Sound is kind of going to fall into his hands. Desert Eagle's going to be the first to take contact. There's no util left for the CT side, so just comes down to raw aiming ability. Danny's heard. The pins are pulled. Sound can potentially find a free kill off of this with the whip. It's not punished upon it. Oh, no, man. That's unfortunate. Sound finds that kill, and this round could flip-flop on its head, but now we look at FNK and many of an unwinnable 2v5.
Yeah, especially with a P250, it's not really the weapon for the job, but I think that he finds one, and actually damage onto the second. Call or anything so far. Bomb plant to post plant set up. These pistols causing him more problems than he anticipated. FNK delivers again.
Couple of players could fall to one P250 headshot, giving him 1v1's aid kit. Got a little worried there. He's going to need a med kit, but going into the next round, that HP will be restored 7-4, and Blue Jays one away from taking the half. All-Stars, this is really their last chance to start to pound the rock on Blue Jays. Say, you know, we may have taken a stumble and you've gotten the better of us sometimes, but we're still here to fight. So far, that's not been what we're seeing. And Danny, again, catches an opening kick in middle. Like, it's not even just been this kid who's been a highlight for the game. It's just more of Blue Jays haven't really been contested in these opening duels. All-Stars aren't doing anything super aggressive. Blue Jays are getting free control of A ramp most of these rounds, and they just don't seem to care.
Yeah, they're getting free control, and yeah, mention ramp's the biggest thing, but just in general, they're being given too much room to work with, and I think it's down to All-Stars. I said I want to CT aggression, and not really bringing it to the level I'd expect. You know, when things aren't going your way, you need to step up your tempo, and for the CT side, they're just letting Blue Jays dictate their own playstyle.
Yeah, this is something that really sucks to see. They have the util to play this way this time around, and actually they're going to be able to find the opening duel, the op duel at that. Pero, he's going to take a beating. Now recovered by Kixon. Are they still going for this A take? They haven't really phased their rotations. They haven't sent a player to B. And yeah, it looks like this is still going to be an A commitment. Peeking into side, all sexy. They'll be taken down. That one was a little overzealous, though. Info should guarantee a stacked up A bomb site. However, no rotations have flowed back in. 50 seconds to go. And now we're going to see the util get thrown up and in. Sound alongside White. Still need to find more success. Timer ticking a bit low. So the T's have to get a move on here shortly. Arm spotted. That's a beautiful kill to find, but still util. Why is he doing that? Why?
Why?
Why is that molly being dropped? Okay. Works. But not because the molly... Like, did you see that?
Yeah, I'm
that
not too sure what the game plan
there.
was there. No, maybe a bit of misinformation, but of course now Blue Jays 1 versus 3. Peeking, spotting in fact White, lucky still be alive. The flashbang comes through, but he's going to be traded down. Sound finds the last of the 3 remaining players. All-Stars find 5. Still potential for the CT side to win this half out. It would be unexpected, but we're not going to count out just yet, because Blue Jays seem to be dropping a few rounds which should be theirs, but they're just overcomplicating things.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised to see this game as slow-paced as it is, in the sense of, like, you know, the first minutes, kind of both teams dancing around, seeing what they can find as an opening pick or success or bait out utility. We haven't really seen a fast play past the pistol. We haven't seen too much quick aggression. Maybe that changes now, as 4 of them are going to come barreling up this A ramp, assisted by a flash. Kixon doesn't want to respect anything, not even the smoke that comes flying in.
It's the aggression that the T's are so good at. Look at this control they got over towards ramp as well. The CTs are forced all the way back onto site, maybe even further.
And the mollies come flying into sandbags as that angle is clear. In comes the site take. White, not the time to pull out your knife, but he'll still be able to reimburse himself for a kill. It's more than he should have gotten as Castanito trades him out. Somehow Sexy doesn't find that multi-frag, but still so much damage inflicted. Not done though as Castanito goes off for a monstrous 3K, and now it's all onto FNK. Op recovered, maybe even bought into this round as he was the B player. He picks off 1. And now it's all up to the man himself. It was good for 3. Needs a 4th, and he's got it like it's nothing. 8-5. All-Stars are shut down by Castanito.
Castanito, that's brilliant. Individual prowess. Sometimes when things aren't quite going your way and the run of form isn't quite in your favor, all it takes is one person to step up huge and come alive, and that's what we see here. Castanito, brilliant. Isolates fights perfectly, 1 by 1, and the real issue you have to say is the All-Stars. They give him those 1 versus 1s, which with a player in his sort of form, 14-70 currently sits, like, you can't be giving him that.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, because that's a real big issue we've been seeing for like this entire map. I don't know if this is just me, but are we frozen here? I think we're frozen.
I think we are. Oh, hello.
Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back.
Oh, good. Oh, good. We're back and no one's died, so we haven't missed anything.
Back in the game. I don't know why I like that so much. Well,
So,
yeah. Well, you know, just the saying. You know the No Majors Club?
oh, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, they'd play that soundbite when they would like switch to the game. Is Blue Jays gonna try this A ramp aggression again? I can't blame them after what happened in the last round, but they also have to realize to a certain extent that it wasn't the A ramp take that won that round for them. It was more just Castanito going off, and hopefully allStars start to adjust their holds because, like, again, I'm glad you mentioned it in the previous. That's been the issue here when the CTs are losing rounds. It's just 1v1s given across the board, still going back and forth, and that's what you can't do. Everybody swinging one by one puts Blue Jays in a favorable situation. Once again, we're staring at a retake, which All-Star Gaming have gone 0% for on this map. Maybe that changes now, but as they jump through the smoke, Castaneto's got another multi-frag. Still 2v2, not unwinnable. With the util low, no kits. You got to start to get word for the All-Stars. It's a nice little crossfire established from Blue Jays off of Styles. Takes the first contact, won't hit the shot, and now it's going to fall onto his shoulders as Danny's falling. 1v2, smokes dropped on the bomb. And that's not a weapon you want for it. Yeah, Op just falls, and All-Stars finally get themselves a retake.
Nicely played as well on that retake. We said they've struggled to find them, and that's much better. They get the control of the map back, of the site, may I say, and of course off the back of that, once it's a 1 vs 2 against an orb, the orb's always going to be tunnel visioned over towards that bomb. So, nice little re-aggression into a different angle. All-Stars find themselves 6 in the Proto round. They convert it in their favor. And now heading to round number 15. Potential to make this a 1-round affair going into the second half, which you have to say, for what was a poor sort of run of form, it's not a bad finish. 87. You'll take that. You'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're All-Star Gaming going into this matchup, by no means like anywhere near favored. A close half like this isn't bad, but again, it's gonna like, what are we gonna see from their T side? Because yeah, we've seen Blue Jays play it a bit passive on this offense, slow it down, just wait for All-Stars to make the first mistake. But when it comes to the defense, are they going to be the ones doing that? Again, I said to have an integral part of your success on the CT side is being able to find those weak avenues and punishing them, making the T side tremble in fear of what you're going to be doing. And yeah, maybe it's not the most aggressive from Blue Jays, but they still made an impact across this CT side.
No, you're spot on. You actually are spot on. They made an impact. And of course, you'd hope as well that in terms of the mental game, they did come in as the massive underdogs. So to be so close in terms of this round differential, the likes of Blue Jays, who are quite significantly higher ranked than them, is so far so good. But you need to move towards the side. Find advantage for the CT side, quickly being added forward. But I say that AK finds one, traded out. Danny falls 1 by 1 being headed in the side here. Spray control not good enough, and just like that, we mentioned it, potential for it. All-Stars find 7. As we head into the half number 2 with a 1-round affair.
That is beautiful stuff from All-Stars. To be able to close it out like that is actually just huge. You know, you can chalk up some of those rounds to being like, okay, you know, they had a big impactful player, you know, one big clutch or a player getting a 4K, something like that. Little mistakes is really the storyline of that for the All-Stars. That could have been a 10-5 half or something even more dominant in their favor. So they have to take that as a huge W. Coming into this pistol, though, they have to change that precedent. They have to be clearly winning these rounds. I think we've crashed again.
Well, hopefully,
That's
back in a second. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect. Now All-Stars got on that T side. Blue Jays on the CT side. 1-round lead, but the pistol round could be everything to tie this game back up. And what a start. Styles just so crisp.
Beautiful stuff from him. And I like the passivity he shows after it. He gets that pick, he spots out what's going in the A ramp, hears footsteps, and just backs away. You can see rotations following in. Blue Jays start this by playing it so well. I love their B setup. I love what they're doing all around the map to kind of compensate for what's going on. But they still have to go up against this site take, and they miss a smoke. They missed a smoke. Oh my. Neokai. Oh, dude. That hurts.
I'm thinking, what was it blocked? That's the only thing. The way it's sort of positioned, it does seem like it's been body blocked to a degree. Danny finds XXC. And just like that, easy cleanup. Sound falls, and that's a 9-7. And a pistol round on the CT side. For the CT side to already be building up that economy is such a big factor, because we know it's definitely harder to build up your long-term economy on the CT side. Much more more expensive investments coming through when you think, the M4 is more expensive. Oh, well, now the M4S only a slight bit, but, the kit, the Molotov's more expensive. All those things add up in the long term. And the Blue Jays to already be able to pick up somewhat of a comfortable buy. And to deny allStars getting that bomb down, things are looking good for them. For allStars, it's just whatever they can muster up. A couple of Mac 10s, a couple of upgraded pistols, and that's it.
Oh, it's going to be a quick B here, too. Finally seeing something fast in this game, and it's not going to work out well. Okay, well, I thought maybe we'd see something cool, but they're instantly shut down as soon as they get into the bomb site. White's brought a kill back, but it looks like that's all she wrote. 4 stay alive for the Blue Jays, and the Birds keep flying forth for a 3-round lead.
3-round lead, and to be honest, you'd probably expect them to find a 4th here, speaking at 11-4, bridging this gap further. As for allStars, again, it's only going to be upgraded pistols coming through. They haven't got that stable economy to allow for them to force into anything here. So just play it safe. Stick around that 2k mark, pick up the pistols you can, maybe a slight bit of utility or armor, which actually isn't even going to be the case. Only SSD pick up half armor. Just trying to find what you can. Aid kit in towards middle, though. That's such an easy kill for him.
What are they doing? allStars are just jumping through a Molotov. They keep going through these nades, and it's just not going to help you. 2v4, you may just get away another one, but Sexy somehow mingles up another kill on the P250, and it's all up to men. But yeah, I'd say all things considered, it was pretty successful to be able to find a couple of kills there. Was it multi-kill? Because it wasn't, but 2 kills shouldn't have been allowed considering everybody ran through Molotovs. You can take those.
Yeah, I think, the main priority when you're looking at those sort of rounds where, for allStars, they're not bringing in anything major, right? It's just going to be a couple of pistols, maybe a small amount of utility, maybe a small amount of armor. The priority is, if you can get in a bomb plant, but, at times, that's easier said than done. But to find a couple of kills, and I Blue Jays really building up that long-term economy that we speak about time and time again, because it is such a big factor in dictating momentum, so it's something that needs to be consistently reminded of. So for allStars to find a couple of kills, it's better than nothing. They'll take that. It's a silver lining to a lost round, but the biggest question here is that, well, allStars, they're 4 rounds behind now, and Blue Jays, they're getting ever closer to the all-losers 16.
Yeah, are allStars going to be even allowed much in this half? So far, it's really just been Blue Jays by a stomping margin. I don't see that changing, to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to snowflake it, right? Blue Jays, they've already found themselves their stride. The coordination's definitely going to be better on the CT side. Like, I can establish a lot based on what we saw from that defense. Like, they didn't play together. It was 1-for-1s being given up. They didn't really take any map control. The flashes weren't that great. So, I mean, when you have a team like Blue Jays, who has been a team for quite some time, who is highly ranked in the world, it's like your T side probably isn't going to do much.
Yeah, you're spot on. I think you are, and of course now, already looking so good. The M4S is comfortably shutting down this full buy of allStars, and allStars are really in a rough spot where they have potential maybe to be stuck into a really tough, brutal cycle where, as we saw in that first half, it's full buy, lose a round, back to the double eco, and it's rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I mean, allStars, they have to put up a fight in this 3v5, maybe get a couple of kills. Even the bomb down will solidify me on the fact that they might be able to make something happen. But in comes the site taken again. It's just going to be 1v1s across the board. MHN Shadow gives it away for Castanito, and the A1Ss are just overpowering the AKs again like it's nothing. FNK, it's up to you, my friend, and he's been able to bring one back onto Styles, but even hearing the footsteps won't save him in this one. Timer, it's starting to run down, and so are his options as everybody's rotated in to defend this bomb.
Surely not, right? 1 versus 4. It's asking to. Look at this crossfire as well. The second he peeks, it's just so quick. Nothing you can do, FNK. The second he peeked through, the second a pixel was shown, like piranhas, Blue Jay strike, and well, just like that, a comfortably 5 rounds lead as well. It started to become, normally I say, 2 rounds, that's a tentative 2-round lead. 3 rounds is very doable. What if it's 1 broken economy, but 5 rounds is such a steep mountain to climb that maybe getting too little too late.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this entire half they've mustered up 3 kills, so yeah, that's kind of maybe even 4, one of the 2.
It's not what you want, is it? It's not a good showing.
Yeah. this isn't going to be a good showing either. It's just going to be another one of these quick plays. See if you can get something to work to the A ramp, and maybe a mentality thing's going to start to hit them. But so are these F4s and AKs, man. They are just getting knocked apart, knocked around, and Blue Jays are making them their punching baggage. It's going to be 13-7. Many will even be given a kill. Absolutely not. There's nothing you can do at this point. It's like, stop. They're already dead.
They're just toying with their food now, aren't they? It's very, very comfortable CSGO from Blue Jays. You can see attack pool called, and actually attack pool called by Blue Jays, funnily enough. They're in a really good run of form, and maybe they're just trying to cement it further, but so far so good, as they are really starting to bring the pain. And allStars on their T side, they're struggling to find anything. We speak about CT aggression, and Blue Jays are showing it expertly here. They get map control early doors, perfect use of utility, especially in towards ramp as well, and deny allStars getting any sort of comfortable lines of sight. And off the back of that, that's when Blue Jays pounce. 13-17, and the T side still yet to get a notch on the board here in the second half.
That is the second round in a row where they didn't find a single kill.
Yeah.
Not
brutal.
one. And one of those was a rifle. So, off the rip, it ain't looking that great for the aggression. It's really not. Yeah, how many rounds do you think they get on this half, Neokai?
If they get double digits, I would be surprised. The way they're playing on their T side, they're struggling. They look, again, like we saw a little bit of Blue Jays at the start. They look lost. They're struggling to find anything here. And of course, already things is moving in their favor. I say that, a quick trade comes through. Kicks out forwards, back to the 4 versus 4, but elite team needs a bit of damage.
Again, though, I still can't advocate for this. 1v1s around the board. Now, finally, the AKs are making their mark. The Molotov isn't heard, but Casanito doesn't even need to be there to burn Axie at the stake. And while White's brought one back, it's still probably not going to be enough. He'll be running back to T-spawn to find the bomb. And do All-Star Gaming even know what sound? What is he doing? I don't think he was detected in middle. No, he wasn't. He just gave away that position. And now, doesn't matter where you go. Somebody's going to be ready. Aidkit's going to be the B defender. Then you've still got Styles over on A. Maybe he's low HP, but it's still going to be no easy feat. White, on the AWP, not going to be a weapon you want at close range. Both of them, again, are isolated. All stars. They aren't regrouping. They aren't taking their time to push a site together. And this is going to be the downfall of the 40 seconds as they all come sprinting in. But Aidkit jumps up onto danger, and that's what all stars need to get back into the round. 1v2 on the retake. I don't even know if Styles is going to give this the light of day. Maybe you try it, but you're low HP. You're in a 1v2. Yeah, you've got the flank, but wait, All-Stars aren't even considering this.
Yeah, they're not actually considering the flank here. Styles has got a lot of room to work with as he's making his way slowly, but now stands aware. Holding crossfire sets up, and to be honest, I think his post plan's good enough. There's nothing really they can do here. Blue Jays, we have to concede this round, and they will. Sound finds the final kill. Clean-up duties successful with too many players. All-Stars find an 8th. They finally get a notch on the board here in this second half on their T side, where they struggled to find anything. And it did take a little bit of individual brilliance, or you could say a slight mistake from AK. I understand trying to jump up. It's quite a strong angle to hold, but in that setup process, he gets caught off guard, caught in transition, and gets punished. Sight relinquished, and All-Stars find the round.
I promise you, even if there's 3 players there for All-Stars, that Aidkit would still be able to find one. Like, no question in my mind. That's just how powerful that angle is. So, going in for the swing, a bit overzealous, but Styles will make up for it. Taking down White, man, who did very well in the last round to make it winnable for the All-Stars. Taken down, but we're still equalized.
Yeah, so far, a 1 versus 1 trade. As they're slowly making their way over to his B side as well.
Oh no. They spotted him out. There's not much Danny's going to be able to do. He's trapped in. Maybe he finds a frag, and somehow he'll be able to. Maneuvering one, but still instantly traded out. And Blue Jays, maybe the weakness of this defense has been a bit spotted out. All-Stars back-to-back running it up towards B after finding out it was very weak. So now Blue Jays got to keep that in the back of their mind. Maybe you put somebody else there at the... Not somebody else, but you add somebody to that defense. See if you can find something in the early round, but this one's still by no stretch of the imagination over, as they've both been able to pick up a kill. Like, All-Stars, what are they doing across the board? Like, I'm a broken record at this point. Thankfully, though, the timer's low. Sexy's got the op in the trade. Doesn't look like it'll be there. The spacing's poor, and All-Stars abused. The one-shot wonder weapon locks in a 9.
Yeah, you mentioned the spacing was quite poor there. They didn't play for that double trade, especially when you come against an orb. You need to swing together. That's how it works. And they don't. They get punished, and just like that, we're starting to see somewhat of a resurgence. I predicted 9 with the max all-star 5, but they found their footing. And okay, as you mentioned, they seem to be finding consistency over towards B, which does start to beg the question of maybe they change up their CT hole now, the Blue Jays side. The weakness is that B side so far, and they might want to be careful to patch that one up.
Yeah, I think if you're Blue Jays, you gotta get some aggression on the board. At some avenue of the map, so you can reinforce one of these bomb sites so you can understand what's going on. Because for the most part, yeah, they're somewhat contesting the A ramp, but after that pick goes back, like let's say they swing in with the op, they find a kill, maybe even 2, but after that kill gets traded, Blue Jays start to play more of a passive hold. Let All-Star Gaming have a lot of room to maneuver, and when you've got a site like B, where you find the kill and you're pretty much on the bomb site, it's worrisome. You don't have time to pull rotations. You're playing retake pretty much instantly.
Very sure. Look at this make it, though. He's waiting for the boost to come forward. Needs to be careful. Sound could sneak below him, but so far it'll fall away. Smoke could be dropped as well. And all they really want to do is just keep Danny posted up in towards that back pillar. Leave him until he's essentially needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his goal is to make sure he just stays alive. Aid Kid is going to be baiting in for him thick and through, making sure nothing gets his way, but nothing will be getting his way. It's going to be an A hit. 3 of them getting ready to barrel up at ramp. Sound could be a big factor in middle. He finds that kill. He draws some attention from one of these A site players, but with that footstep being made, the jig, it seems like it's up. Blue Jays have 3 members stacked up, ready to go. Casandito the first to try and find, and that's not something I want to go against, especially when he's hitting shots like he is. 2K is stolen from him by Styles, but they'll still take that after the Blue Jays. A quick shutdown. Looks like it'll be a 14th on the board.
It's going to be Sound, just going to try and see this one across. 1 versus 5. You can't expect him ready to find anything, to be honest. It's going to be hopefully hard to find one.
No,
but
you don't want to say
does
this.
deliver. Styles finds himself one, but
Okay.
that's all he's going to be able to find. A kill on the trade. They were pouncing. They were hunting for that final frag. They didn't want any weapon saved across, because they know All-Stars economy was in a pretty tough state where essentially find every weapon they're not going to be able to buy. That's exactly what we are going to see. 14 collected, and Blue Jays just about momentarily going to close one out, it seems.
Here is the duality of man. Do you force with the little money, or do you save and play for overtime? That's the real question. It looks like I usually like the saves to go to overtime, and that's exactly what All-Star is going to do. Another barrel towards the A ramp, see if they can get something going. A couple of pistols invested into it, but for the most part, it looks like it's going to be another annihilation for the Blue Jays, as they've already started it off strong. The AWP of Styles marking his name for 1, and they're going to continue to just walk up with these pistols, and that's not going to favor you. The group mentality needs to be in the back of your minds, and, well, maybe it's not going to help when you're getting picked apart one by one. And Blue Jays more like hawks, it seems, on these anti-ecos, because I don't think a single kill's come in.
No, not at all. 9 versus 15 on the score, and 1 round is all that Blue Jay needs. And for All-Stars, this pressure must be immense. They know, of course, losing this, they drop into that lower bracket game, but it's not the confidence you want going forward. Blue Jays, of course, are the favourites, but they're showing it now, and All-Stars, they're, again, starting to struggle. They found that little bit of room to work with, as we saw earlier, where they did a couple of consecutive rounds. The real exposure over towards that B side was working in their favour, but now they're being put back in their place. Blue Jays, they've patched those gaps, and 1 round is all they need. And with a very confident fullback coming in, the AWP probably going to be the big difference. You'd expect them to convert.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you pick up a round or 2 if you're All-Stars, try to take the fight to Blue Jays. We haven't really seen something super fast with the rifles from All-Stars. We see super fast stuff come out on those ecos, those 4 spies, and the surprise factor just isn't going to catch a team like Blue Jays. They're going to be ready for it, the setups. Even if they have that first kill not going their way, the trades will be instantaneous. So if you're All-Stars, I saw potential in what they did in the last round, because Blue Jays have a super passive A-hold sometimes, and when they open up the A-ramp, Blue Jays don't really do too much to contest. Maybe you get some sight smokes coming in, well-placed flashes, you molly out the cubby for that for the side hall peek, and work from there, because you can try to isolate and annihilate those fights and take the bomb site.
Exactly that. Well, tech pause done and dusted. Round of 25 about to get underway, and this could be the final round of this first best of 1 for us still on the mic here. As All-Stars, they just look done and dusted. They look like a shadow of their former selves, and so far it's been so good for Blue Jays.
Yeah, Hey, I mean, props to allStars. They were able to put up a fight in a couple of these T-sided rounds, but as the fire stops burning, it looks like Blue Jays are going to start to excel. 3 kills coming in? Yeah. Good stuff from Danny to add one to the tally, and now it's a one-man advantage for the Blue Jays defense. Still not weary of this BJ coming in. Wait, how is 8K crept around to this white box? How is he still alive? They don't clear him, and he's going to be the thorn in their side that closes the map. A crucial mistake by allStars loses them the